There is a bit of chill in the air. It's officially fall.
Wow. Whoa.
Kevin, how many costumes will you be wearing during this cold open?
Just one.
Oh, Mike, we both have fun mugs. Kevin, where's your mug?
It's
on your face. It's so ugly.
Oh. Roll the title.
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Can you believe we're back?
No.
Folks, I need to share this really quick story. First of all, welcome to Remark. This is year 65.
I do believe it's season 6.
I think it's year 6.
You have to
Kevin said he didn't want to
say your name.
Oh, my name's Chris.
My name is Kevin, also one of your hosts, and
my name's Mike, a third host. Everybody, hey, we've been rusty. It's the first one back.
Yeah, it's the first one back. We're rusty, but I need to tell the folks at home that I didn't think this would happen this year because I was told we weren't doing it. I was told we weren't doing it by Kevin, and then I told Mike we weren't doing it. Mike was like, no one asked me.
Is it weird that I so most of me was relieved, but then a small part of me was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I was like, our fans, you know what I mean? The thing that I've done every weekend from October through December, for the past couple of years, and so I was disappointed. In Kevin.
Yeah.
So then when I saw this Halloween movie on the Hallmark channel, I said, let's do it. Let's just see what happens.
I had no idea, which was because I was not thinking about Christmas and I was not looking at Hallmark stuff. So when you said that, I was like, wait, what?
Wait, what? We got to do it. We got to do it.
You can thank sports. Yeah, you can thank sports and YouTube TV because I got a free trial of YouTube TV to watch a couple key baseball and then now like some football games because I haven't had live TV for a long time and it was the whole Hulu thing and I was trying to avoid Hulu. Anyway, but they had the Hallmark channel and so there were just things popping up and I saw it and I was like, well. And now we're in a trilogy. We were just talking about horror movie trilogy. We now have a Christmas horror trilogy.
This is fantastic. I think it's a perfect way to kick off the season. We don't know how many Christmas movies we're gonna do. We're not gonna do all of them.
We'll talk about that at the end.
That's fine. But we did watch.
Yes.
Haul Out the Halloween. With our queen, Lacey Chabert, and our freckled whisper of gray prince, Wes Brown.
The most famous Christmas cul-de-sac
Mount up!
is about to get a spooky makeover.
It's time we bring Halloween back, evergreen style.
But someone has a ghostly secret.
Are you seeing what we're seeing?
Help me put the nails in my coffin?
Gladly. Lacey Chabert leads an all-star cast.
Halloween is back, baby.
Haul Out the Halloween.
Directed by McLean Nelson of Comedy Sports fame, as well as all of the Haul Out the various fames.
Got it.
Also, McLean Nelson was the writer, along with Chris Say, who wrote Haul Out all the Holly movies, and Christmas on Call, which took place in Philadelphia. If you're not watching The Pit, this is my ad for Watch The Pit. It's not Philadelphia, but it's still Pennsylvania. So the plot is new Halloween-obsessed neighbors inspire residents of Evergreen Lane to haul out their spookiest costumes and decor to become Scream Lane.
What? Come on.
Love.
Sound effect. And we also get some feature, which we'll talk about this obviously as we dissect this, but we get some Halloween Town alum in Kimberly J. Brown, and I'm not going to say his name correctly, but Daniel Counts. We'll say Counts.
I think it's like Kuntz. I think it's Kuntz. Yeah. It's like what was the word they kept mispronounced? Oh, Kruller. It's like Kruller.
Collar. I just watched Halloween Town the other day.
Did you?
Not two though, just one, and he was in two.
He's in two.
He comes in two. He comes in two.
Yeah. Do you have more, Kevin, or can we start?
Do it. I say we do it.
Right off the bat, I was wondering, how are we going to start? And this was like a legit concern.
Yeah.
How are we going to start this in the Halloween season? And I love what they did where they started with their wedding being in the fall. Because I was like, how are we going to, you know what I mean? Because they're like, yeah. So I just love the reasoning of it, that it was like they had their wedding. So therefore they're returning from their honeymoon. 2 weeks. Real quick question. How long, if you had a honeymoon, was your honeymoon?
1 week.
Yeah. I mean, I think they seem like they're okay. They're doing all right.
I think they're fine.
In life. Yeah.
So the three of us were not fine.
No.
Also, not taking shots at people in Utah, but I would imagine price of living is different than it is here.
Yeah, true.
So
the size of their basement is like
and attic.
our house.
Even the attic was quite
both which neither of them had ever been in before and had no idea.
I love that they've never been in.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought up the value.
No. She's afraid of it, so she grew up in the house, but he'd
never been in the attic.
Yeah.
Like they live in the house, but the house is so big they don't need to go to parts of it.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah, lost.
It was a clever to your point, Kirsten. I think I think you're right. I think it was a clever sort of way to be like, not a Hallmark movie, like not a holiday movie.
Right.
We're starting early, and they've done things like this before, where they've had the fall movie. You know what I mean? Where it's been like a harvesty theme. So yeah, harvest wedding right into.
But also, my question is, why were they don't know anyone else but the people in their neighborhood?
On their street.
Yeah. I was, the groomsman thing was already a throw off for me and we all love Ned from past Hall at the Hollies, but I was like, we'll get to more Ned. I was like, you have zero other friends. You have zero other friends. You only have the two old dudes that
Christopher Palala not showing up
this time.
Yeah.
Not in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You both know better, like this storyline. There were other people and characters and friends, right? Yeah. I don't know.
So
I didn't get that.
I guess they couldn't pay for them.
That was it. No. I think that when they were getting married, they're like, we can either have a very small wedding and 2 week honeymoon or big wedding 1 week. And they're like, we don't beat it, Palala.
Yeah, I think they're like, we can't afford him this time. You're not coming.
He was like, it felt like that a lot with the grandmother character and also the Halloween Town kid. So I actually thought they did a great job. And we're a fun addition. They were only in sort of select scenes, and I was like, oh, I wish there were more flashbacks. I wish there was more time with them. But I was like, they must have only had like a day, and I think they cranked this one out a bit. Kept it tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did like that sort of transition into. It didn't feel as forced into fall than like I don't know. I just was worried that it was gonna be like. It's hollow, like I don't know. And then the transition into grandma story was actually quite sweet.
It was, but there also felt, and we talk about this a lot, the idea of is it the first draft that you film, and it feels like they move fast enough that they're not writing multiple drafts of these films, and sometimes this is where our plot soup comes to be. You have different storylines that feel like, what was that? Was that like the idea, the impetus to like a totally different idea of what was going to happen?
Yeah.
It was this weird secret that essentially Emily, Lacey Chabert's character, was not really afraid of Halloween, because we find out it has to do with the death of her grandmother, but the entire neighborhood said, we're not doing Halloween anymore to keep her safe and comfortable and protected, I guess would be the word.
Right.
Kevin, did you say death of a grandmother?
Wait, what?
Time for a dead grandmother alert, everybody.
This particular dead grandmother alert, you will notice that the dead grandmother sign was crooked, and there's a reason for that. That's if I decide to put it in crooked.
Okay.
I'll forget. I'll be like, what was I talking about?
Wait, what?
I thought the backstory was odd. I thought it was weird. I actually thought this whole town and the town ordinance and all of that was just so odd. Like it felt like it was out of a weird like Get Out, the Jordan Peele movie, or like, or maybe not as serious. Like I don't know. Just the all the townspeople were in on this weird secret and like had these rules where they couldn't have Halloween anymore. And I actually would have loved it if it turned into like a creepy like horror movie. You know what I mean? And like this is why we can't bring back the spirits or whatever. But
and why she couldn't like. They were like, oh, she must have blacked it out. What?
Yeah, like, it was gonna be some really immense issue. And then they even kind of do that with the friend who scared her.
The reporter,
Right.
Do you guys have Halloween Yelps? Is that a thing that you do? Yard Yelps?
Yard Yelps.
This is when I started to lose it in the movie by yard. I don't want to show my cards too earlier, but I literally Googled. I was like, oh, that must be a thing. Nothing showed up on it. They made up the words. They made up the word Yard Yelp. It comes up as nothing in Google.
I didn't. At first I was like, are they meaning to say like yard LARPing? Like where people like are, but like
nothing.
I thought it was a review. I thought it was like Yelp, the review.
Yeah.
But the idea was, maybe like because of how big the HOA is and stuff. I thought maybe it was a bad review, and it's like we can only do Christmas, we can't do Halloween, and it was like no, that had nothing to do.
No, I think they're like talking about the people that like go out front and like act out their haunt.
I think it was straight up just a scare because when they later there was somebody jumps out at one point. I think it's the little girl that's like
with the clowns.
Yeah. And she's like, good. And he's like, good yard yelp. And he was talking about hiding. So I think it's just like scaring people from your lawn. Which why would they all know if they banned Halloween a long time ago? I don't know. That was a weird one.
Yeah. Okay. Then this is very like singular to their.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me, they're a weird cul-de-sac, creepy society.
But yeah, I wanted there to be more because like her painting kept tilting. So I was like, oh, is it? Because like in the Hallmark world, when that happens, it's like tilting towards something. Like I thought. It would be like leaning towards something and she'd discover it and be like, I can write again. Or it's like her favorite pen or something. I thought it was going to be something like that. Not necessarily like haunted or something, but
I did like spoiler cut to the end that it was crooked and then it straightened. And
it fixed itself. And I was like, wait, was grandma just askew because Emily was askew? Like, was that the bit?
But didn't you assume grandma was doing it? Would she be like,
yeah, it was her being like,
out of cattywampus?
It was making it. It didn't have quite the effect that I think they were going for. Yeah, it should have been more like alerting her to be like, "Oh, you're right, Grandma said this" or something, or like it never connected to anything. I got excited when it happened the first time. I was like, "Sweet, a ghost! Like that's exciting. Yeah, perfect. Like we force ghosts into the holiday spirit ones a lot, but this is perfect." And then again, it just became the like,
when they first find, Dorian Gray, Grandma's portrait in the attic. Was it the attic?
The basement. It was in the basement.
When they find it in the basement, and she's like, I never knew where to put it. And then they hang it up. I thought, great. But they kept showing it. And I thought,
I know
a couple things. One was, is this a Hallmark actor who was passed? That was my first thought. And then I immediately thought of Paula Shaw, who we love. And I was like, and I know that production happened before Paula passed. I think she passed in August, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought, that would have been a great opportunity to kind of pay homage. And then they cut to her, and I'm like, oh, no.
Here she is.
Yeah, she's alive.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing they also did, there were so many red herrings to like haunts, because then they're in that bakery, and she's like, can I see this hat?
Yeah.
And I thought, I was like, was that grandma's hat? Is it haunted?
Yeah.
Like I thought there were going to be so many haunted items that if she put it on, she became like.
Which is weird too, Chris, because ultimately, she and Jared are going to do couple. And I liked that, but it's another piece where it's like, you could have made it more about that like, because it's a hard thing in a marriage, especially two strong personalities. It's like, you don't really become one, but the idea of you don't continue to be that singular personality that you are. And they did touch on it. It was like, this is cool. And then they got away from it. But like, when Jared's like, I want to do my own costume because I want to do Gandalf, and there's only one character apparently in Lord of the Rings, so we can't do a couple's costume.
I can't.
Couple tree beards? Come on.
I got a whole thing. I got a whole thing on the nerd stuff, but finish your.
Well, you'll come back. I want all your nerds. But
oh my god!
She already saw her grandmother's witch's hat. To your point, Chris, it's like, why wouldn't she have just donned that? Why she got to get the hat from the bakery?
I don't know. That felt like a soupy plot.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. We were adding more ingredients.
Well, and then it turned. I know, and it tied into the writing, which again threw me off because it was when the one daughter was like, oh, I read all these books, like he's writing, they sounded to me like young adult novels, right? Like young adult fantasy novels. And then when she was like, oh, I'm back to writing, and was just drawing a little like kids book, I was sort of like, wait, what? And I was like, all right, whatever. And then at the end of like the book was cute, and it was meant to, it was the witch, right? She was the witch, and then the friend was the scarecrow, and blah blah. But yeah, I was hoping that the whole couple's costume and then coming together as a married couple would come together at the end in some fashion. But he pulls like a Nickelback reference, which was idiotic. And then they do the sailor thing, which was a cute outfit, but had nothing to do with anything.
No,
and they never did the sailor kiss. I figured, well, they're doing that.
Did it kind of quick.
They did it at the end in their house alone.
Yeah, and then that's when the painting went. It was not.
We know in Hallmark movies, if 8 or 9 people don't see you kiss, why bother?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of like little bread. I'm going to use a Hansel and Gretel reference here. So with some Hansel and Gretel, a lot of like breadcrumbs up front that felt like cool and interesting, and then just none of them really got explored. Yeah. And then back to your like point that you started this, Kevin, it felt like the Mad Lib story or the plot soup that you said, where it was like, oh, we'll get a little bit of it. Like we'll insert this word in here and insert this, and they're going to have this conversation because the like old, like the widowed woman is talking with the like a neighbor guy that like you know what I mean. It was all the classic sort of tropey things that like took away from the Halloween side of things. I was excited for some more Halloween spirit, and we didn't. We kind of went into the generic sort of relationship stuff. I was like, Can I talk about the nerd stuff?
Nerd it up.
All right, so the Halloween kids, Kim and who was the other guy? What was the other actor's name? Kevin from Halloween Town 2.
I don't know if
Daniel Coops.
Kimberly and Daniel,
who are a married couple in real life, by the way. It's super cute. They met on the movie. They do Comic-Cons a lot. Super nice people. And I thought they did a great job of like portraying these like funny, spooky people. It was a great cameo. But I just hated the neighborhood when they came in, and there was all like, who are these weirdos? Like that, like what are they doing? Like we're gonna kick them out of our like thing, or like give them fines or whatever for this thing. It was like that, and then there was continued every time they were in the room. It was like, we're gonna make fun of Shakespeare. I wrote them all down. We're gonna make fun of Lord of the Rings. We're gonna make fun of Phantom of the Opera, K-pop, Star Wars. Bruce Wayne at the end. I don't know. It seemed like there were like either someone who doesn't know nerddom or like was like poking fun at like, these like Halloween's for losers and nerds. So don't like take this movie too seriously, or don't take these two characters too seriously. And that's honestly what like bugged me the most. I really took it the wrong way. I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to sprinkle things in, but it felt like reference. Look, we know what Halloween is. Only nerds like Halloween, and nerds like these other things. So we're going to keep making those like jokes. I like I think the Shakespeare they handled the best, because they were like, oh, look, there's a connection between them and Ned or whatever. But yeah, it just irked me a little bit. But and I didn't like that they were making fun of them for just being Halloween people.
No, and that's what was silly. And I wish there was like a moment of them realizing, and I wonder if they like left this on the cutting room floor of realizing, oh, we're this nerdy about Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, that should have been a moment of realization of like, they're us, but just for a different holiday. What a fun couple to have on this block.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting chills listening to explain that. I think that's like it. I think that is what was missing.
Come on.
Yeah.
So that was what I thought they were going to do. I really, really thought
it really became more about the like competition again of like, we have to be the best block and get the biggest news story and raise the most money for charity. You know what I mean? And it was more about their kind of uppity cul-de-sac.
I know. I just think that the people that don't want to be judged are the biggest judgers of everyone.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, come on. Yeah. Like I'm tired of that lady and her baking contest shenanigans.
Oh,
really? Because I feel like that's the closest to My Dear Friend is that character.
Shut up. I would play that character, but I'd play it less annoying.
You would definitely be dressed as like the Grady kids, right? The Grady twins with your daughter, which is so
What's
funny.
This segment? What's this? There's this name for this segment, Kevin. What is it again? Like which part?
What parts would Kristin play?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, let's see. Kristin would definitely be bobbing for the apples.
Yeah.
And Pamela. That's it. Yeah. Great segment.
That great segment, everyone. Good job. Pack it up.
No, I definitely agree with that. It did what Hallmark so often does, which is they create the concept of a conflict. Man, it's maybe a sin that we're not going to do Christmas episodes this year. What a great term.
We'll do some.
But the creation of like this like concept of conflict that is resolved incredibly fast. And then you have almost an hour to the movie left, and you're like, now what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Then this new conflict comes in, and it's like, it feels, this is what it feels like, even though these people who made this make these movies. They're, made for television movies, movie of the week, but it feels like they're writing television episodes, not actual films. You have like these episodic storylines, and it's like between every commercial break. And that was my biggest hang up with it. I loved that it was not a conflict with that couple, because I thought that's what it was going to be. And when
that's what the second movie was.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And then it was like, oh, it's this girl she knew from grade school that she gave this name to that isn't even an offensive name.
It was Slim Shady. I mean, he was probably popular at the time.
Yeah, it was like, okay. It wasn't quite Slim Shady though, right? It was like,
I think it was exactly Slim Shady. It was another like it was like another reference that I was like,
sure. Now that I'm old and I'm deaf, I keep closed caption all the time, and the spelling was not SLIM.
Oh, okay.
It was not. It was like Slim Shady. So it was like Shams.
Oh.
It was something different, and I was
bizarre.
Weird. But yeah, and then that resolved itself in a way that I love as an improviser, because it's like, oh, she communicated. She literally opened her soul and said, hey, I was clearly wrong. I'm sorry if it made you feel a certain way. And I was like, God, how very adult. And then she comes back to the hometown, and there's like people talking, like, apparently that girl's going to screw us over. And it's like, wait, what? After you just apologized to her? And that was like, no, that's not what's happening at all.
Yeah. Well, I know that was interesting, because like she came to like the second event, like the big event, and people were talking shady about her. So then I was like, oh,
Slim
Shady about her. And I thought when Lacey or Emily like was like, here's my book and I'm sorry. And I thought she was gonna be like, well, I have to tell you, Emily, I did come here under shady circumstances, but I won't do those now.
Yeah.
I updated my socials. They never say what it is.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought she was like, I was gonna say this place is garbage, but I changed my mind. They didn't do that.
No, they just had the old people rap. That was what they chose instead.
All I wrote down was Frankenstein rap. No notes.
Hey, you know what? Can we do another segment of what character Kristin play? DJ Frankenstein.
No, but you said I'm Bob. I'm still Bob.
Well, Bob was Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I'm still Bob.
That was like, again, another funny shoehorn thing where they were like, they made the comment slightly earlier in the movie where they were like, oh, they know all the hip terms because they look stuff. I remember that. They were like, she knows. So then that was like them being, just another bizarre.
She knew
moment.
Riz.
I was like,
she knew Riz because Ned Ryerson has
the Rizzler. Oh my god. Ned Ryerson. I like how we just call him Ned Ryerson.
I don't know.
Well, they named him Ned.
I think for that very reason. They know. They know you know. Yeah.
What do we think about Ned? And that whole thing. I know.
I was team Ned because it's like, bro, like, and at least Jared's mom says, like, your father's been gone a very long time and I'm very lonely. And it's like, yeah, bro, like, you don't call your mom every day. We know you don't. She lives across the street.
Right.
Yeah.
I also was just confused at like the direction of overreaction by Jared in that way, because he's clearly friends with Ned. He's I don't know. I just was like, wait.
It felt so out of nowhere. Like one of my favorite lines, he went full Billy Corgan on that pumpkin, by the way. It was a line that was there. Which no one, Lacey Chabert said it. He said,
Billy Corgan.
From Smashing Pumpkins.
From Smashing Pumpkins. Yikes. Kristin. Yikes. Oh my gosh.
I don't know names of the Smashing Pumpkins.
You're such a Slim Shady.
You're such a Slim Shady. Yeah, that was the joke. And I was like, first of all, there was no way anyone could have come up with this in the moment. Like, you would have had to prepare that joke. And clearly not everyone would have got it. Only half the audience would have got it. But anyway,
And I'm
what was
during
that?
that
To throw
era.
that
I
pumpkin.
just don't know names of bands.
should have
No, that's
known.
all right. That's okay. Yeah, to throw the pumpkin when he realized they were on TV in that moment was like insane. Like, seemed like a psychopath would do
I
that.
mean,
you know?
that was written to cause the problem.
Of course.
I will
But
say
it was
this.
the dumbest. It could have been just the girl, like, wrote the bad piece being a biatch.
Yeah.
You know what I
Bad
mean?
blood.
We didn't need him to do that.
That could have been like where we find out about bad blood. You're right. We didn't need the reasoning there. I will say I was 100% team Ned about carving pumpkins versus painting them.
Yes.
I will say I painted a pumpkin once because I wanted to make this. God, I should have sent this to you, Kristin, but it was a pumpkin. It was a silver pumpkin I spray painted because we turned it into Cinderella's carriage, and it was awesome. But you can't do anything with that pumpkin. Like most pumpkins, animals can eat the pumpkin, even the skin and everything. Deer will eat that. Not if you get wax in it, though.
Maybe squirrels in Philadelphia. You know,
Squirrels in Philly will eat Kristin's pumpkins. It's going to happen. But if you paint them, you can. And so as soon as they said we're painting pumpkins, I was like, carve those pumpkins. And then Ned was like, we should be carving these pumpkins. I was like, yeah, agree.
Yeah. It's so much more fun because like you can mess up so much better. My favorite, I have to say this. He's downstairs and he'll be mad at me. We were carving pumpkins and John was doing like an Eagles pumpkin and I like cut him out I drew him the little thing so he could stencil it on and he like poked it out and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But he didn't think of the
white space.
Like
the in between. Yeah,
the in between. So he like did all this beautiful work and then just blunk and it just like out this huge
circle.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
And I was like, it looks really good, buddy.
All right, John can paint pumpkins. Everybody can paint pumpkins.
Yeah. Wait, I also want to just really quickly talk about, I don't know if this is leading into, he got accepted into the Santa Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Is this another movie?
Next year, but not, there's nothing on the slate this year for this.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a secret one. Are they like holding back one? Hasn't there been a Santa Academy movie?
Yes, with Benjamin Ayers.
It was good. Good movie.
I'm telling you, this might be the start. For those who have followed us here, this might be the
multiverse is happening. Are they listening to us finally?
My hope would be, so if you do the math on it, though, I could see that it is greenlit for next year and not this year, because here's why. Again, Hallmark, you can contact us. Yes, Kristin's going to play a part, and Mike and I are just always going to be on set in clearly cool shirts. Yeah. But here's my plot line with my conflict built in. He goes to the academy. She is pregnant. And the academy, the big graduation happens to occur at the exact same time that she goes into labor. And he has to make that choice. Do I stay for this big thing or do I go home to my wife who's about to give birth? You can't do it from October to December because even in Hallmark world, the incubation period, more than 2 months. They're not kittens.
Oh, well, I see what you're saying, but this would be the year later. Yeah, that's why you're saying it has to be the year.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Should I?
Your bangs look great, Chris. Your bangs look great, Chris.
Thank you. It was really hard, Mike, because it's the mirror image of, and I couldn't figure out which way to push my bangs. So, Kevin, whatever you just said was probably life changing, but the entire time I was trying
to get you apart. You're going to be like a nurse in the delivery room.
I couldn't.
No, you're like the Mrs. Claus. No, I think Kristin she reads for Mrs. Claus with the Santas in the Santa Academy.
She's a counselor there.
Receptionist. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Counselor.
That's all I don't want to be a lead. That's too much. I know.
Too much to memorize.
Too many lines. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I could message Benjamin Ayers and be like, Santa Academy 2? Wes Brown? Yeah. And then just a question mark.
If the amount of times they
do the Academy, I do hope that Paul Campbell is there as himself once again in that suit. I'm researching for part 2.
Yeah. But
That
then the
one was
brothers
so
have to
good.
show up. Then the three wise men and the baby have to show up. I think, right?
Yeah.
To just put on a pageant at the thing. Just do
Why
it.
are we
Come on.
talking Christmas?
Come
Why are we
on.
talking
Yeah.
Christmas?
So
I know,
good.
I know.
I like
Talking about
moment.
so
The-
good.
There was a
I
moment.
can't figure.
Yeah, Chris, this is Mike and I have
I
figured it out.
cannot
Can you
figure
please?
out which way
We're not-
these go.
There was
Guys,
a
I don't know if you
moment-
noticed, but I kept
No,
saying,
nobody cares
I
about
got-
your nobody
got-
cares.
Say your
got
favorite
pain.
moments. Kevin, say your moment. Then Kristen, say your moment.
When Lacey Chabert looks directly at the camera
There we go.
and says, "Because it's not Christmas yet," and it was like,
Yeah.
There
You had fun with
there were other really good one-liners, and my
Yeah, there
favorite
were some good
because
one-liners.
my favorite line was said by the woman that is in Halloween Town, because my favorite line in that, which is when her brother's like, "Why do you like Halloween so much?" and she says, "Because Halloween is cool."
yeah.
She said it in this
Yeah.
movie at the very end, and I was like, "Yes!"
There was some
That was-
good. Yeah, there were actually some. My like positives for this movie is one, I'm happy they did like a Halloween theme one to kind of lead into the season. I think it was always they were starting too early, so now this gives them an excuse because at least they have like a Halloween out of
Yeah.
the way, right?
Yeah.
And there were like a lot of cute moments, like the whole couple from Halloween Town was great, and that's sort of like the throw too. Just seeing the decorations and all the funny stuff you get at like the Home Depot and Target and Spirit
Yeah.
Halloween and all the costumes and stuff for like all their different houses and the performances, as ridiculous as they were like funny and like you're like, yeah, sure, great. It's a fun little like bop around the block. The lines, who pumpkin spiced your latte? I wrote down. I like that one. I see Ned people.
I see
kinda
Ned
fun.
people.
Yeah. But I think just like it was just the plot. It was just the plot and like I hate to say Jared, but just annoying AF the entire time.
I know.
And just causing so many problems that like didn't need to be there. That ultimately I was just like kind of irritated with him and them being happy at the end. So
Yeah.
that's my review. I'm going. That was my review. That was my final
Agreed.
thoughts. I think.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't honestly don't have much more to add than that. I mean, it was fine. I wouldn't tell you don't watch it if you haven't seen it. I would definitely say it's worth watching, but I don't know how rewatchable it is. The artwork is significantly better than it got me more excited than the actual movie itself.
True. Yeah.
You mean like the posters and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think they lived up to sort of the Halloween movie, like something you would watch at Halloween, like that type of thing. Yeah. Didn't live up to the Halloween standards. I don't think.
Yeah, I wanted it to be more ghosts.
Yeah.
They could have slapped. It could have been the same town around Christmas doing the Christmas thing, and a new couple moves in that has maybe like a more eclectic design, right? They're more modern in their design, just something different or whatever, which they already did already. So.
Or just grandma's haunting them, which is great.
But good on them for ever Scream and Haul Out the Halloween. Both good puns. Both good puns. So, yeah.
Good puns.
Yeah.
We now have to talk about hot dudes.
Woo!
Hot dudes.
Roll the clip. And we're back. Here's a hot dude.
Hey.
This is Wes Brown. Look at those freckles up close. He played Jared.
Yep.
And we've reviewed him before, but this character, I don't remember what we've given him before.
Oh, yeah.
I personally have met Wes Brown at Christmas.
Brag.
Whatever. I had to pay for it. I feel like a painted whore.
He's the one who had to pay for it.
He's but I love this. I love the character's silliness, but in this one, he was a little diva and a little annoying about his mom dating Ned Ryerson.
Yeah.
So my score went down when he smashed that pumpkin.
Yep.
And but
Did it never climbed back up?
He climbed back up when he was like super supportive of her starting her art career back and her book stuff.
Yeah.
So that gave him like a little edge, but he's only getting a 7 from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I like him in his glasses. I like that he likes Halloween because I love Halloween. And I like that he loves Emily so much. Like he loves her so much.
Yeah.
He's easy on the eyes, but don't smash my pumpkins.
Hey.
Nice. Don't be a pumpkin smasher. I agree. I agree with that completely. I felt like they didn't know what to do with him, and they had that opportunity to make it the concept of he's such an individual, and now he's part of a married couple, and he's got to relinquish because he's still like a control freak. He's still the president of the HOA. When he lost his HOA powers and they were given to Emily, I guess because he was embarrassed, which I appreciate, but he didn't really react to that. There wasn't this fear of like, oh my God, there was no jealousy. There were a lot of ways they could have gone that they didn't. And I would have liked it. I agree with you, Chris. His silliness is where he shines. Him in a Halloween store dressed as and just doing lines to no one. And fact that he misread a sign in the Halloween store. It was just everything about the goofiness was there.
Yeah.
Didn't mind it. And I would only go as high as a 6.5. I would have gone up to a 7.5 or an 8 if when they switched Halloween costumes in the gingerbread house.
Oh my gosh.
They did a shirt reveal. Then I would be like, all right.
Whoa. Or something meaningful. Yeah, something meaningful for the plot that would have made sense. Like he should have dressed as his costume back then. Whatever. Okay, well, sorry. So you gave a what, Kevin?
6.5.
6.5. All right. Yeah, this is like so 50-50 for me because when he was cute and funny, and you're right, he did say the nicest things in the world that a husband could to his wife when she was struggling during like certain times. And even the whole, when he lost his, I think he sort of knew like, well, I'm going to get it back because this is sort of silly the way we do this, But so there were 50% of the time I liked him. The other 50% of the time I absolutely loathed him and every choice he was making. From the second, if this dude showed up on my doorstep after I moved in and worked so hard putting out Halloween decorations and was like, oh, you're going to have to like back off the ones like on your like lawn because I don't know, I'm just making BS up and I don't even have a number. I would have hated this guy for life. Like there would never have mended this relationship.
Mike, he even measured like the bottom of the broomstick and he already said there's no, so it's like, what do you measure him, bro?
No matter how like maybe he's nervous and just this like where he puts his energy or something. I still would have like he never made amends for that really, like other than just like the town voted to keep the Halloween decorations. Like the whole thing with Ned and like pissed me off so much that like I just hated him as a character. He's a very handsome man, not enough shirt off, so like looks 10 but number 4.9.
Wow. I get it.
It's not even half the time. That's more than half the time you were.
I know because of it was a little slightly more. 51% of the time I did not like him. Yeah.
I want to tell you how much we've grown on this how much Kristin has grown on this podcast because Mike and I are the ones that are saying, yo, bro, take your shirt off. And Kristin did not comment on
I didn't mention it.
But we can read it.
If you had a couple
in your eyes between your bangs.
I can't see between my bangs. But you know what I can see? I had us, because we're cute, have these cuties and this cutie send some Halloween costumes that we've worn over the years because Halloween is my personal favorite holiday. And I think it's these boys' favorite holiday. So here we have Kevin dressed up. Kevin, please just give us like a synopsis.
Mike, are you able to pop the?
Yeah, I got it off.
The Remark. All right, so the one on, I guess, screen, the one all the way up there is the Three Migos. My mom made those costumes for me and my brother and my friend Jim. Gosh, if you just kind of go around, the one in the middle is my daughter and I. That was during COVID, where we actually didn't go out trick or treating. We just got her a bunch of candy and we stayed home. I was Pee-wee and she was Large Marge. The one directly above my head, I'm Stroker Ace, the fastest chicken in the West. And then that one in the corner where Mike took Remark out, that was my wife and my daughter and I as the Beastie Boys.
So good.
That costume is my favorite.
Yeah. I will say, Kristin the Beastie Boys were a rap group from the.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds like a boy band.
The one directly below that. Kit was Mary Poppins and I was Luke from Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
And the reason that was we like to do like kind of a theme, and that theme was the name of the toolbox. Luke's toolbox is Bert, and Bert is obviously Dick Van Dyke's character.
Wow.
So I posted that, and Scott Patterson, who plays Luke in Gilmore Girls, liked it and commented.
Whoa!
So it made me very happy.
I love it. Well, these are amazing.
Cute.
Next up, we have Mike.
Yay!
Look at this.
Remark, so we can see. Oh man.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, it comes up every time. That's funny. Oh, it's because the different scenes. I think I'm Woody Woodpecker in that one.
Oh,
That's covering.
That's the old school plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that kid also either goes on and does Remark with his friends or murders his sister in the upstairs bedroom, like immediately after this photo. So everything turned out okay, everybody. But this kid also made his own from scratch Phantom of the Opera costume.
That's
very
great.
good.
Nobody knew who I was at all, so it was a very embarrassing costume. It was probably one of my big like nerd moments, which is really funny because they brought up Phantom of the Opera in the movie.
Yeah. What year is that?
That's a good question. I was probably like 9 or 10, somewhere in there, like 11 maybe. I don't know.
Who didn't recognize who that was?
Kids didn't know like Broadway back then. Like we went. I was in like theater, obviously, and then we went to shows enough. Like, thank you, parents, because we live close to the city, to New York City. But yeah, no one had a clue. They thought I was kind of like a weird vampire guy or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
whatever.
That's
great.
Is that a Thundercat? I don't even know who that. Oh, I don't know who that other guy is, but yeah, some classic kid costumes, and then we've got my adult phase here, where I'm Billy the puppet from Saw. Me, Adrian, my wife, who I love, her birthday is Halloween, so we often go out and dress up. So I've got a kind of hipster Jack Skellington there, a Voldemort there. Who's the guy? I can't think of his name from Superman, the bad guy. The bald head.
Lex Luthor?
Lex Luthor, my God.
Lex Luthor?
My God. I lose my
you're going to lose your day job, bro.
I know, I'm going to lose my nerd card. But I think my favorite one, where Adrian's she's a birthday candle there, and I've got the Spider-Man outfit on. I'm an injured Spider-Man turn off the dark stunt person.
That's really funny.
So from Phantom of the Opera to an injured turn off the dark stunt person.
Broadway, baby. Yep.
Yeah, Broadway. 2 Broadway costumes in one.
Theater kids are the best. And then here's this ding dong.
Yay!
Oh, so Sue on the left. Come on, she was a witch like 6 years in a row. So I didn't provide all of those photos, but just imagine the witch a lot. And then this is my mom in this witch mask, which
scary.
is pretty scary, but I loved it. And that was I was a vampire. I was still smiling about it. And then each year and then I was this like Jane Fonda like workout thing.
I was wondering who
that's right behind Mike. Yeah.
Yep. Cute.
And then the only year that I ever got John to do a couple's costume was because he didn't really have to do anything.
Take us off really quick. There you go.
He was Ben Wyatt and I was Leslie Knope.
Great. That's a good one.
Nice.
And then we do the Boo show for our Blue show. So we have to wear a costume that's blue in nature, like not dirty, but like blue colored. So I've been Ted Lasso, obviously Michael Myers, and the twins from The Shining.
Just one twin. Oh, I see the other.
No, the baby doll. I have the baby doll.
That's a great shot of Michael Myers.
Tell John I'm disappointed that he's not holding a calzone.
Allie Sewell took that shot. We went to a pumpkin patch, and
wow.
We went on a hayride, and she took a bunch of really gorgeous, stunning pictures of me as Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Nice.
Dreams come true. Yeah. Wow, we did it. We're back, baby.
Yeah, this is the part where we usually talk about what we're watching next week. There's nothing.
We don't have anything next week.
No, I mean, what we can talk about is there are obviously some movies that will be back. Chris may be back solo. We may all 3 be back. I definitely want to come back and talk about 3 Wisest Men. There are a couple. There's Christmas Above the Clouds with Tyler Hines and Aaron Krakow that are coming out.
We're gonna cherry pick. We're gonna cherry pick.
Yeah. So keep your ears out. I will say that I looked at the movies this year, and not to be that guy, but like I was underwhelmed, and I was like, I made the right decision. In years past, there would be these movies that would have these crazy descriptions, and we would be like, "Oh my god, this is going to be awful or amazing." And oftentimes those were the amazing ones. We talk about. I'm not going to remember titles now, but the Santa race one, which was so freaking good.
Yeah.
Round and Round, which was the dreidel, that time travel one.
That was so good.
Nick Morales, who's gone on to have great improv fame. They're fantastic. So yeah, I mean,
I know what you mean.
We'll be back.
They all sound kind of standard.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet.
They do. It almost is like a huge step back. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope some of these are amazing. And people write to us at remarktheshow@gmail.com and say, Kevin, you're crazy. These were great.
You guys are dum-dums. Why aren't you reviewing these?
But
well, I don't know. The
also
preview for next week's looks real bad.
Yeah, it wasn't one that I was super interested in. I
It's
am curious.
Christmas already?
Yeah, they start. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Holiday touchdown, Bill's love story.
Oh
looks
yeah.
interesting to me, but I do not believe our dear friend Julie Sherman Wolf has any part of it. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe that she wrote it.
Bummer.
I'm not anti-Bills. I mean, I'm obviously an Eagles fan. Mike is probably a Bills fan.
Jason,
so fun. But you guys have gotten good in the last couple of weeks. It would have been like the only good team in New York is the Bills, but that's clearly not true now.
No, the Giants. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Don't get too excited yet.
When
but
you guys get a new quarterback that does well, it usually lasts about 3 weeks, and that's what this is. So week 4, we'll look.
Yeah, we'll see. I will say the Bills do have like a fun fandom of interest, like similar to the Eagles, like where they have traditions and colors and things that they do that are like very specific.
Yes.
So it's a good
Bills
team
Mafia is fun.
Yeah. It's a good team to choose. It's a good team to choose.
Oh,
it's
interesting. Okay.
It's cold.
I was wondering why they chose
that. It's wintry up there, right? So like the holidays, like it's always snowing. So there's definitely going to be snow.
Very wintry in Philadelphia. And we won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And we're insane. Like, I'm not sure. Are they afraid to do the Eagles because we're insane? Probably.
Well, they did it. Did they not do an Eagles one?
No, they just did that one where they were in Philadelphia.
That's right.
Christmas
That's right.
on call.
And there was only Chiefs. It was the Chiefs. Yeah. Again, I do think. I also think we're going to get into sports here. What's your phrase? Come on, what's your thing? Everybody hates us, but we don't.
Everybody hates us.
Yeah, I do think that the Bills are kind of like lovable losers. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're always out at 9 a.m. in the morning, whether it's 10 degrees and it's snowing, and they've been to the Super Bowl like 5 times, but lost every time. So I think there is that sort of like appeal to the ridiculousness of it. But I do think the Eagles could be a good team.
There's also a weird, obviously Taylor Swift and her lore with the Chiefs is huge, and I don't think you get bigger stardom than that. But Haley Steinfeld,
it's true. Yeah.
Like her connection with the Bills clearly is a good. I mean, not to say she's going to be in the film. It's got a ton of cameos though. This movie has a lot of cameos. So if you're, I don't know that anyone is watching this that is not a Hallmark fan and happens to be a football fan. They're like,
I love Remark.
Yeah, like the geotags or whatever come up, and they're like, Kevin and Kristin talk about the Phillies and the Eagles a lot, and Mike's talking about the Giants, and Kevin edits out when he talks about the Mets. So maybe we come up in some sort of weird matrix, and just football fans watch this and go, "What the hell are they talking about?"
Yeah.
But that said, I think that'll be
That's one. Yeah, we'll pick ones that have actors we like or plot line or plots that seem interesting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Try to avoid the generic ones.
Or I'll just watch. Yeah.
Or Kristin will watch them all, and it'll be Chris on here, and the whole show is her going, "My back."
The whole show's just gonna be like, "How do I fix my back?"
I would watch that. I would 100% watch that.
We did it.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Your kids' candy.
Halloween is cool.